People, I beg of you. I beg of you. I beg of you. I beg of you. Please stop using these credit cards. Please. You're just digging a hole for yourself. I don't know what you think you're accomplishing by getting these credit cards. I tell my family, I tell my friends, I tell anyone who can listen. 99.9% of y'all don't need a credit card for anything. I recently had friends, family members get a credit card, Chase Freedom or whatever it is, $500 limit. They showed it to me. $500 limit. I'm like, where are you going with that? Really? You don't have $500? You can't just save up $500. You're working full time. You have a spending problem. You don't have a credit problem. Remember, the credit card is a loan. Okay? You're just giving away your future wealth. You're going to put $500 on there right away. Right away, you're going to put $500 on there. You're not going to pay it off. And you know why I know that? Because if you could pay it off, you wouldn't get a credit card for $500. You would just take it out of your check, save it up. So you can afford it. Whatever you're trying to do, you can afford it. That's what the definition of needing credit is, of needing a loan. You don't have the money in your account. You feel like you can't save it up to purchase what it is you need. So anyway, you're going to buy some consumer product, which in a couple, 2 or 3 years, you won't even remember what you spent the $500 on. You're not going to pay it off. Again, I know you're not going to pay it off. If you could pay it off, you wouldn't be getting a card. You don't have the money. You don't have spending discipline. So you're not going to pay it off. And that the rates I saw on your card, 25%, looks like it's their first card. You're going to pay the minimum every month. In 2.5, 3 years, you will have paid twice $1,000 for whatever you spent the $500 on, and you still won't have it paid off. They'll probably increase your limit a little bit over that time. Get you really hooked in. These credit cards are just like, they're just like drugs. They get you addicted. So they give it to you free here. I think the card said no interest in the beginning, then 25%. So, we get you in with a little bit, get you hooked on it. Then we increase your limit because we got you hooked now. You can't get off. Okay. Then we go to $1,000 on you 3 years from now. Oh, I got a $500 increase on my card. You're all excited. They say I'm a good consumer. Okay, so now you have $1,000 limit. What you're going to do, you're going to go buy $1,000 worth of stuff. You're not going to pay it off. So over the next 3 years, that purchase would have cost you twice as much, because at 25%, that $1,000, they're making double the interest off of you, is going to cost you $2,000. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Please take it from somebody who's been there many times. I just have to say something. It just blows my mind how I usually try to steer clear of telling people, oh, you don't need a credit card. Try to stay away from that. You're digging a hole for yourself. You're taking away your wealth. You're taking away your future wealth. People want to punch you in your nose when you tell them they can't have their credit card and they can't spend. They can't have something now instead of saving and waiting till later. Most of you don't need to save to wait, in my opinion. Anyway, most of the stuff you guys are buying, you don't need it. It is not an asset. It immediately goes down in value. It's just, it's a spending problem. It's something psychological in our brains. I am convinced. They say that drug abuse, sexual abuse, pornography, whatever, gambling, all those are the same areas of the brain. And I know that credit cards trigger the same sugar, just like being addicted to drug. I know that the use of credit cards is the same thing. We cannot control ourselves. It is just so easy to get addicted. So I just shake my head. You are the people who are going to need a stimulus check in the future. Instead of building up your own wealth and your own nest egg and your own pot and your own savings so you can be your own bank, you stay dependent. I know these credit card executives just laugh at you people. Just laugh at you. How you just transfer all your wealth, and I don't care how much money you make, you know, that's your money that you could do something with, that you can build something with, that you could have for yourself. Okay, so I just plead with you people, please get off of these credit cards. I'm appealing to you, get off of them. If you've gotten a credit card, you need to go see a consumer counselor, a credit counselor. You're out of control. You don't need a credit. And by the way, you people who, I'm not talking to investors who use debt to create wealth, to buy assets. That's a different, you should be listening to somebody else, getting advice from somebody else. I'm talking about the other 99.9% of people who think they need these credit cards for something. Think, okay, this credit card, okay, I just got this credit card. All right, now I got $1,000 I could spend. You got $1,000. You got a tight budget now. You feel like you don't have any money now. Now you got less, and it's going to be even less as the interest charges and the fees that you're surely going to be paying. I'm sorry, if you need a credit card, that convinces me that you need some help managing your budget. You don't know how to manage your budget. Okay. That is not getting you out of debt. That is not helping you in any way whatsoever. I'm talking about the 99% of you people who are just completely drowning in consumerism. What are you supposed to do? What you're supposed to do? Not buy it. That's what you're supposed to do. What are you supposed to do? Wait and save it up. Save up the money you need to get what you need. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay? So, again, if I know most people who, again, it's like their birthright. I know most people are going to be pissed at this, but I just can't sit back and just look at people and you just wonder why you can't get ahead. That's what frustrates me. Usually this is when people come to talk to me. I got all this debt. Can you give me some advice? You can't figure out how to get ahead. But yet you're saying, excuse me, wait a minute, can I have this shovel so I can keep digging my ditch? I can keep digging my ditch with this uncontrolled, unbridled use, nonstop use of credit. Please stop using credit cards. Okay? Please stop using credit. You're taking away your future wealth. Become your own banker. These bankers are laughing at you. Become your own banker. If you don't know what that means, you need to do some education, some research. But I just get frustrated because I'm one of these people who so many things that happen to us in our life we can control. Now, there's some things you can't control. But things like this we can control. We have a lot of control over the future, and it starts with our behavior. So I'm just appealing to you. I see you on day one. I'm not going to see you in year 5, in year 3, in year 5. I'm not going to see you in year 10 when the credit just grown out of control. You're filing for bankruptcy. You're depressed. You can't buy a house. You can't do the things you want to do for your family. Okay? You're at mile marker number 1, going down the wrong path. Please stop using these credit cards.